committed to holding a referendum to change parts of the Constitution that reference a woman's life in the home, as well as the definition of the family. Article 41.2 in the Constitution states that, in particular, the state recognises that by her life within the home, woman gives the state a support without which the common good cannot be achieved. It goes on to say that the state shall therefore endeavour to ensure that mothers shall not be obliged by economic necessity to engage in labour to the neglect of their duties in the home. The Constitution dates back to 1937, and parts of it are widely considered outdated now. But even in the 1930s, this article was the subject of much anger, with various women's groups writing to Eamon de Valera, the Taoiseach at the time, to beg him to take it out of the Constitution. But the article stayed and has lasted almost 90 years. It's expected that the reference to women in the home will be removed and replaced with a recognition of care in the home. The next part will be broadening the definition of the family. At the moment, Article 41.3.1 states, the state pledges itself to guard with special care the institution of marriage, on which the family is founded, and to protect it against attack. When you consider that more than 4 in 10 babies born in Ireland last year were born outside of marriage, that article no longer reflects Irish society. It's hoped the referendum will take place on International Women's Day, which is March 8th. Now, who's going to mind the children if they close the schools that day?
Hello. So, as you can see, Bunrock Naharn, in brackets, Constitution of Ireland, enacted by the people on the 1st of July 1937 in operation as and from the 29th of December 1937, 86 years old, this 29th of December 2023. This is the sovereign constitution, and it's not the constitution which your lady was reading out of. That is a working definition of this that was brought into operation on the 25th day of March 1942 and has 50 articles. This one here in front of you has 63 articles. Articles 51 to 63 were removed inclusively, but continue to still have the full force of law. And what they're doing is using a sleight of hand tactic and trying to say that it's outdated. And it's state reverse psychology, and the NGOs of the state and all your groups, your women's libs groups, all this, and you know the ones that are about, I don't know the names of them. The likes of that, they're all campaigning. What you're doing here is, in essence, you're actually, the woman is held on a pedestal, okay, within that article, okay? The woman is the primary educator. The woman has the final say over her child, over what she give, what she went through labour for. And, she gave birth to a child or was born into this world, whatever way you want to the terms you want to use. And that's that woman in natural law, that is that woman's property. That's that woman's property. Okay? And natural law is enshrined in Articles 40 to 44 of the Constitution. And Article 41 is the family. And she's only after reading it out there. Now, it seems to be a lot of women. Now, that woman there standing in the RTE studios in a nice suit, very well educated and nice salary. Then there was a woman on Today FM saying, I don't know much about the Irish Constitution, but I do know that this article ties the woman to the sink. Michelle O'Neill, Sinn Féin, has turned around and used same terminology, tying the woman to the sink. There's men and women running about this country saying it ties the woman to the sink. It doesn't. It doesn't. Now think about what I am about to say to you. Michelle O'Neill, okay, had a child at a young age, I think 15, 16 years of age. I think she was still at school. 14, 15, 16 years of age, okay? And she was the primary carer of that child. The mother, okay? And she went on, got an, I don't think where she finished out her education. I don't know where she went to university or not. Stand corrected in that, but something tells me she didn't. I think she done work for her father in a constituency office probably, and joined the Sinn Féin party and rose up the ranks. And here we are, going into 2024, it's November 2023, and she is First Minister designate of a Western world country. Driven about in chauffeur-driven cars and has bodyguards and whatnot. And that's a credit to her. It's a credit to her to come from where she came from to where she's at now. Well done. Well done. Where's your sink? Where's your sink? Do you bring it along with you in the chauffeur car? Mary Lou, do you bring your sink with you? You have over 5 million in portfolio and profit in property. Very wealthy, well-to-do. Where's your sink? Does anybody stop you from going to the Dáil? You know, you're going against the Constitution. Any woman there that we know that can go to a gym in the evening, say, just a simple gym, jump in the car and say, I'm way to the gym here. How long? Get back here, the sink. Get back to the sink. The state requires you to be at the sink. And once you go out through the door, does the Garda or the PSNI stop you and say, where are you going? You're a woman. You have the duties in the home. You need to get back in there and get to the sink and clean the dishes. No. They are what is known as special provisions within the Irish Constitution, Articles 40 to 44. They are your rights. So the government here now are trying to appease a minority. Trying to appease a minority against the majority's wishes. Leo Varadkar, a gay man, 6'2", no children that I'm aware of. Doesn't look like he's going to have any children that I'm aware of. And was it Roderick O'Gorman? Not a gay man, no children that I'm aware of. Well, Leo Varadkar announced on Roderick O'Gorman is the protection of the children, I think. I think that's what he does. Minister for Children or something like that. And he has no children. So how would he know that delicate touch? How would he know that nurturing touch that a mother can give? Only a mother can give that nurturing touch. Only a birthing mother can give that nurturing touch. When you connect, isn't it breast is best? Isn't that what they promoted? Breast is best. Only a mother, only a woman who gives birth can give that nurturing touch. So yes, only a mother and only a woman can give that nurturing touch. That's why they're held on a pedestal. And without the mother in the home, true social order cannot be obtained. Why? Well, if the mother has not the right, so what they're initially doing here is removing the word woman and mother specifically, which is natural. Natural law. Natural law is the highest citation of law. It's superior and antecedent to all positive law. If you remove the word mother, you're removing the fundamental of the family unit. This is a breakdown of the family unit, the Irish family life as we know it. You know? So that brings me on to the founding document and a very proud document of every Irish man and Irish woman, as it will say. Public Nahern, the provisional government of the Irish Republic to the people of Ireland. This was the founding document on the 24th of April 1916, which was read out in the GPO steps. And everybody celebrates it in this country. Fianna Gael, Fianna Fáil, they all celebrate it. Irish men and Irish women, in the name of God, which is natural law, Irish men and Irish women, men and women. Are we going to change the proclamation here? Is that where we're going? Are we going to change the proclamation? The founding documents of the state. The Declaration of Independence and the Democratic Programme also mentions men and women. And God, which is superior. That is the preamble. In the name of the Most Holy Trinity, from whom all authority and to whom our final actions of both men and states will be referred. We, the people of Era, humbly acknowledging all our divine obligations to our divine Lord Jesus Christ, who sustained our fathers through centuries of trial and unremitting struggle to regain the rightful independence of our nation, seeking to promote the common good through due observance, prudence and justice and charity, so that the dignity and the freedom of the individual is assured, true social order attained, and concord established with other nations, do hereby adopt, enact and give ourselves this Constitution. That was the Irish Constitution. That's the preamble in it, where the dignity and freedom of the individual is assured. So that brings me on to this, on this YouTube channel, and it was breakingnews.ie. This must be voted down unanimously, or it's the beginning of the end of the Irish family life as we know it, and the consequences do not bear thinking about. It's a removal of natural law which is superior as it stands, constitutionally speaking, than positive law, i.e. acts, guidelines, etc. But once it's changed in accordance with law, i.e. by referendum, the word mother and woman will be eradicated forever, leaving the woman and mother no special provisions within the Constitution to rely upon if and when required, now and in the future. The consequences of this vote determines the outcome of the pathway of our people will be compelled to adhere to and uphold, and face possible fines and removal of the child from the primary educators of the child, and ultimately the end of the family unit as we currently know it forever. Please share this with all Irish families, mothers, fathers, grandparents alike. It's of the utmost importance that the Irish people do not get complacent on the seriousness of this issue. The destiny of the Irish Constitution depends not only on the nobility of its contents, but the watchfulness of the Irish people. Vote no on the 8th of March 2024. And that brings me back to Leo Varadkar. Leo Varadkar announced on the 8th of March, International Women's Day 2023, that he wants to remove the word mother and replace it with the word cure. It's the Cures Act, or the Cures Bill, or the Cures Legislation 2023 or 2023. The Cures Bill 2023. Look it up. And they want to replace with the word cure. If you remove the word mother and replace it with the word cure, the significance of that, I'm going to explain it to you here now. Cures are state operatives, people who work for the state. Okay? TUSLA, social services. The hospitals, hospital services, teachers, services. They're all cures of your children. The Garda and Shericana and Garda Shericana, Kersh, they can take your child off you. That's your hand, and what we are doing here is handing over a significant piece of natural law in accordance with law, constitutionally in the referendum, to appease a minority. People who have decided to go and mutilate their bodies. And they want then accepted as a woman or whatever. Or whatever, or men or whatever the case may be, whatever the thinking is around this, it is not what they are actually doing it for. But they are manipulating a populace and using a minority against the majority. And anybody who speaks out against it are transphobe, homophobe, or anything. No. All those trans people have mothers. Every one of them. Every single one of them was all born by a mother, a woman. Every single last one of them. And they want to eradicate it. Shows how much respect we have for mothers and women in this country. They're all saying the women don't have enough rights and they're getting murdered here, there and everywhere. And then now we're looking to remove mother and woman from the Constitution. There's no woman tied to a sink in this country. And believe me, the state doesn't tie any woman to a sink in this country. And they haven't. Not in my lifetime, anyway. So it's reverse psychology, people. But be under no illusion, it's the most important vote of a generation. It's probably the most important vote in constitutional history. Because it's infringement on natural law. And once you remove natural law, which is the highest citation of law in a court, in a public court, well then you are denoting yourself. You are debasing yourself. You're taking yourself down from a superior authority to a lesser as a carer. Anybody can be a carer, but not everybody can be a mother. Remember that. Anybody can be a carer, but not everybody can be a mother. Only a mother is that nourishing touch with her child. When it's born, breast is best. Breast is best. Is it illegal to say that now? Because they were promoting it there, the governments and all still promote it in the hospitals. Breast is best. You know what I mean, people? This is an attack on your personal rights. Articles 40 to 44, personal rights, is Article 40. Article 41 is the family. Article 42 is education. So they'll be removing the mother, and then, coincidentally, if you're home educating your child, well, you'll not have that right anymore. Because the family unit will be broken down, they're changing it. So they'll change Article 42. The family is the natural primary educator of the child. It has inalienable, imprescriptible and sovereign rights to educate their child to the best of their knowledge, whatever way they want, morally, ethically, religiously, at home, in a state school, or wherever means necessary. That's what, if that's what's under attack here, people, be under no illusion. In the Irish Constitution, there's only 4 articles that involves us, really, the people, that affords you rights, and that's Article 40 to 44. And they're looking to change property rights, which is Article 44, I think, private property. It's either 44 or 43. Is private property. And it is the only one, the first line, it says, man in his natural virtue has the right to own private property and external goods. Well, they're looking to remove private property from you too. And they're indoctrinating the children in the school. So you'll have no right to what your child is being educated in the school or indoctrinated in the school if they remove the woman, the primary educator, the family. This is where this is all going. It's a domino effect. And you remove the word woman or mother, Mother Earth, Pachamama. You know. The consequences does not bear thinking. And it is not up to man to remove those rights. Because we're removing those here for the future children. They will never ever have those rights. But while it remains in the Constitution, a mother has the right to stay at home and be the primary educator of the child. It wasn't that long ago, Bertie Ahern, I think it was looking mothers to stay at home and pay them £1,000 a week. And it was voted down. So how did we go from that to this? Full Turk. This is an agenda, people. An agenda to eradicate everything natural out of the Constitution. Natural law, we are all natural as natural living beings. Under God, we the people of Era. Our obligations are only to God, our divine Lord Jesus Christ. You know? So, I'll leave that one with you as people to think about.